What you're seeing here, guys, is a brand new Halo game in the works by Halo fans. Technically, it's a mod. It is running on Halo 3's engine, and man, is it beautiful. For one, the aesthetics are just outstanding. The gameplay is there. Co-op is going to have ODSTs and Marines, and I am just blown away by the ambitiousness of this project. But not only that, this thing looks like it can actually be finished and completed. So we're going to break down exactly what makes this mod so special. But firstly, look at this gameplay. This is incredible. I feel like I'm actually on a Halo ring. This is so impressive for so many different reasons. And the reason why I'm most excited for this is that they can use all the assets from Halo MCC, and that is in correspondence that is following the EULA agreement. They can take anything from the Halo games and pop it into this mod. So what is this mod exactly? Well, they're essentially retelling Halo 1, 2, and 3 story and beyond. So what we see right here is kind of like a reimagination of Halo 1's mission, the second mission after the Pillar of Autumn crashes, right? So it's not going to be following the mission structure, but what's so interesting about this is that this mod will encompass Halo 1, 2, and 3 all in one coherent story using the same tools, whereas Halo 1, 2, and 3 all had very different art styles and consistencies with quality and enemies and everything, essentially. But this one is going to have old content, cut content, and new content such as the Boar, which is a new vehicle that they're introducing in this campaign. It's kind of like a fan project if you think about like Black Mesa to Half-Life 1. They're fleshing out encounters, and they're diving deeper into things that maybe we wanted to see more of that Bungie developed in the first original games. So with 20 years of hindsight and with modern tools and with fans that can create these kind of experiences now thanks to the modding tools, how would we redo Halo 1, 2, and 3? No longer limited by the old engines or the old Xbox, but now we can play this with friends on our PC. I mean, this is incredible. Will there be Flood? Yes. Will there be new enemies? Yes. There will actually be gore for everything. That's one of the big goals that they have for this. They're looking at new types of Flood enemies even, and expanding other factions as enemies as well. So this makes me think about the story in the cutscenes. They're not following the same mission structure. They are telling the story. It's going to be faithful to the original Halo, I'm sure, with some small changes here and there, maybe mild changes, but overall, it's not going to be lore accurate. It's going to be faithful. But the big thing that's going to be different here is that there's going to be different missions from what we remember. There will be different biomes such as snow and desert, and I hope things beyond that too. I think there's even going to be a Keyship mission, which is just super exciting. There's 13 people working on this. They might have a potential beta of sorts where we can play it early. But really what I was thinking about when I saw this is Halo 3's engine struggling? It's actually not. They're improving it. I think the main limitation with Halo 3's engine was actually making sure that it could run on the Xbox 360 and not so much of its, inherent capabilities. I think it was better than what the Xbox 360 could support. So with that being said, they're also making changes to how the engine worked and adding shaders and textures that actually can support and that can actually work in Halo 3's engine. And on top of that, the engine for Halo Reach is obviously much more powerful than Halo 3's engine. So whenever those modding tools come out, they plan to switch over to the Halo Reach tools. So really, I think the only game that you'll need to buy in order to play this mod is Halo Reach. It's unsure. I would wait on that. I asked the team because I was real curious, and this is kind of a doozy for many fan projects, is that are they making all original assets, or are they kit bashing some things? Well, since this is a mod and not technically a fan game, even though it's like a fan campaign in MCC, they are able to use all the content from MCC and still follow the EULA, right? It's technically not a fan game. They can add new things into this mod, but they can also rip things and modify things. And another added benefit to the development is that they are going to be able to reuse maps. They are going to be able to reuse everything since it's all one encompassing world. Now, it is going to be linear missions, but For example, when we revisit the control room from Halo 1 to Halo 3, it's going to be the same map, and when they make improvements on one version, it'll carry over to the first time that we visit it in the Halo 1 part of this campaign. This campaign, Halo Reborn, has an inherent advantage that no mod has ever had in its past, really, besides maybe SPV3, and those are the ones that actually get finished. Notice that we never really saw Installation 01 or Project Contingency get to the finish line because they have to remake everything from the ground up, from the network code to the Magnum and the assault rifle, and everything has to be remade, which is just a big waste of time. Here we already have a functioning engine. All they got to do is make the world, add the enemies, and add some cool things that make it even more fun. This is kind of like DLC. It's like a reimagination of Halo 1 to 3, and I am just so excited for what they do with Halo 4. In fact, I kind of hope they rewrite Halo 4 and 5 after they get to that point, but that's maybe a long time from now. Firstly, they need to just get the groundwork, because everything we're seeing here in this mission, I believe, is just a showcase mission, so it's not going to show up in the actual game, but it's rather a demonstration of what they're doing and why we should all be very excited. Also, there's only going to be in-game cinematics. They're actually taking a lot of the animations from a project called Project Autumn. They're using their assets, cinematics, and going to be retargeting them into the Halo 1 part of this mission. And I'm actually offering up my skills too. Like, I would love to either just add the animation with mocap or set up scenes, because that has been a dream of mine. Now, this is running on Halo 3's engine, which is already old enough. They're thinking about switching to Halo Reach's engine. They are pushing these engines to their limits, and I'm sure are going to look incredible when it switches to Reach, even better than Halo 3's here. And on top of that, trees are destructible in this game. In fact, if you are under a tree, one of the logs that blow up and fall on you can actually kill you, which is just a fun way to add to the sandbox while keeping that core gameplay intact. I asked them if they are adding the grappling hook. I don't think they are. I can't remember, but I think it would be a great idea. And, you know, another cool thing is when you play co-op, you can play up to 4-player co-op on this, just like Halo 3 or Halo Reach, but one person's going to be Master Chief, and then the other people are going to be Marines or ODSTs, which is just so cool. And I'm so excited for new enemy types, new Covenant, new, elite types would be awesome. Maybe them holding gravity hammers, I don't know, and new flood types. I mean, there's just so much potential here, and they are already way ahead of the game simply because they are just using Halo's engine, Halo 3's engine, and are able to rip any of the assets. They have such an advantage here. I can't overstate how exciting that is. The sandbox is going to be completely revamped. There's already new equipment like the Snapper Auto Turret, which you guys maybe briefly saw. And there's probably going to be new grenades, new weapons, of course, and redesigned weapons that maybe work a little bit different, that look different. And all these assets are going to look great with a little bit of retexturing. All these assets actually translate very well into this art style that they're going with. So I'm going to be keeping a close eye on this project, and I love this positive news. If you have some talents that you would like to offer up the team, there's an email on their site. You can email them and get in contact with them, or follow their Discord and maybe talk to them. But anyways, I will catch you guys in the next one soon. Peace.